The story continues. Hello there, everybody. This is CwapPlatinum, and welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. This is the extra story that's included in Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And the best part, it's available right from the start. You're free to jump into the extra story at any time. Now, of course, it comes with a warning, of course, which I'll show on screen right now. Basically, if you decide to jump into this extra story, absolutely make sure that you've completed or seen Xenoblade Chronicles already. Because this is the sequel story to Xenoblade Chronicles. A much shorter story, but a sequel nonetheless, so if you really want to see where this goes from here on out, then absolutely, utterly make sure that you've seen the story of Xenoblade Chronicles or beaten the game of Xenoblade Chronicles before jumping into the extra story. Now, with all that said, this is something that I never thought would happen in more ways than one. I've definitely grown up with this game for a while, but this is something I never thought would happen. So, the story continues. Let's go with Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected.
That symbol. Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny! All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking. Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
There it is.
Melia, we're in sight of Alchemar.
All right, I'm on my way.
Phew. Guess we're still in one piece.
Quite. What in the world was that?
It happened so quickly that I didn't get a good look myself. I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
A black beam? Some new defensive measure, perhaps. The junks. Can it fly?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bon, watch out on right! I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those? It's Kino and Nene. What are they doing here?
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
Alright, so the epilogue begins. Gameplay differences. Some elements of this new adventure are very different from the adventures so far. The most major points will be introduced on the following pages. The party gauge. As you progress through the adventure, instead of chain attacks, you'll unlock a all-new system for performing all-out attacks. You'll still require a segment of the party gauge to revive fallen allies. Visions. In this new adventure, Shulk has lost his power to see visions. This calls for more caution than before when it comes to your enemy's most powerful attacks. Other changes. Some allies will battle in ways not present before, and the skill trees system has been removed. There are further changes, so keep an eye out for them as you play. So already this is going to play slightly different from what you're used to, but this basically plays the same as it did before, so there's really no need to explain further and further as to how to even play Xenoblade Chronicles. There are definitely some elements that have, well, changed, and some elements that have not, but we'll go into more detail as we go along here.
Who next in line to get face full of mild down? Anyone so much as breathe this way, rifle of Kino go blah blah blah.
Kino, Nene, are you hurt?
Let us help too.
Miss Melia, Mr. Shulk. How very welcome. More is always merrier.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Do you like jazz?
Job is good one, Kino.
That was amazing, you two. It was like seeing Ryan and Sharla fighting together again.
Just so. Fitting. For children of here upon Ricky's household. No injuries, Kino?
I'm
Hmm?
We're very, very sorry. Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Right. Let's go. This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
So tell us, what were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What? Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The capital, on the Bionis shoulder.
So,
Ah. So that is where the junks comes in, then. I appreciate it. But even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
Mama? Me. Kino, may be better to explain. Mama, we're just on a little strolly stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watch Kino with eyes of Rogel. Kino, follow Mr. Shulk from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought. But what for?
Ooh. Kino always look up to Dedapon. Want to become mighty Heropon too.
I'm certain Ricky would be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble. That way, can become friends with people everywhere. Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dedapon say, at least.
I see. That does explain things.
Many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. He's not scored Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino? Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dedapon and Momapon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone?
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dedapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brotherpon. That day, nobody make comment. Everyone except Kino. Kino, what happy they could say. That why want to become Heropon and repay debt to family.
Kino. You do your family honor. Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Ricky and Oka are proud of you too.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Kino must. You really twist wing. But fine. We'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino. Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
So, we'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that. It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Explain.
I'm a bit concerned. What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again. Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Hero Port Kino! It all starts here! Mahey!
We've already heard about this stuff about the tutorial before, but I love them. I love them. I love these two beans. I don't care what anyone says. They're the two precious beans called Kino and Nene. I love them. I love them. Okay, so before I start gushing about the area that we're already in, so what Choke says in the cutscene is actually true. It's like seeing Ryan and Sharla fighting in battle. So, you notice that Nene's arts are Hammer Beat, Bone Upper, Feather Swing, Mild Down, Shield Curse Smash, and Kino's arts are Healy Bullet, Heal Around Round, Cure Thingamini, or whatever, Crackle Bullet, and etc. Yeah, so this is basically Xenoblade Chronicles without Fiora, Dunban, and Ricky. Basically, Kino and Nene act like Sharla and Ryan respectively, so there's really no need to go over them, except for the fact that the only main difference is that they're Nopon, so they're going to be not so great in the water. As you probably are well aware already, Ryan is the aggro type, so therefore Nene is the aggro type. Sharla is the healer type, so of course Kino would also be the healer type. So make sure to plan accordingly for all of your battles, because you basically have less than half. But anyway, oh my god, Bionic Shoulder! The Bionic Shoulder lives! God, Bionic Shoulder lives. The other best thing about Definitive Edition. they actually legitimately brought back the Bionic Shoulder from the dead. Because this was originally a cut area that was cut due to time. There's a reason why I did the haha funny edit of, you know, haha funny, you know, cut for time. Wrong. Yeah, so, yeah, the Bionic Shoulder does live, and it's a fully fledged area, and that's basically going to be your main setting throughout Future Connected. It's so cool that they allowed you to explore this place. It's so cool. This music is so good. Ah, everything in this is just so good. Oh my god. It's, oh my god. Oh my god. And besides, it's a new Xenoblade area to explore. Obviously, I'm not going to ignore a new Xenoblade area to explore. Why wouldn't I just not fully complete this? And yes, like I said, this is a 100% run, so I'm going to complete every single side quest that Future Connected has to offer, including all the side activities. Including my new favorite one, and what heart-to-hearts are basically are in Future Connected. Quiet moments. Get to know each other in the quiet moments. Investigate a talking icon to view the corresponding quiet moment. If you don't already meet the conditions for viewing a given scene, feel free to come back to it when you do. And of course, just like with heart-to-hearts, any quiet moments that you've investigated will be added to a list found under quiet moments in the main menu's collectibles section. You can also use it to check the conditions for viewing each event. And of course, you can also view them in the event theater. Before we view that quiet moment though, I want to give note to a couple more things. Gem crafting is completely removed. There's also no affinity chart. Bionic Shoulder is going to be the only Collectopedia thing ever in Future Connected. So, yeah. Anywho, I definitely forgot to say what else I was going to say. Yeah, along with the skills and whatnot, and the cut in half party members, essentially. Skills are removed, gem crafting's removed, and, you know, Bionic Shoulder being the only collectible, at least so far, is also a thing. No affinity chart, which also means no party affinity too, so you're just gonna have to rely on your wits. And speaking of which, what I actually really appreciate about this a little bit more is the fact that Shulk not only loses his visions in the story, but he also loses them during gameplay. It would have been really cheap to actually just have Shulk just randomly get visions again if it was to be the case in Future Connected, but I'm so glad they didn't go for that. I'm really glad they didn't go for that. Because that would have cheapened the original game's ending. In fact, if I can just say something right here and right now, the fact that nothing, and I repeat, nothing, even some of the stuff that we'll see later, is cheapened from the original game is just all the more good to me. And the fact that this is available from the start basically meant that when I first got Definitive Edition, you knew I was jumping into Future Connected because I just loved this game so much that I really wanted to see where the story continued. And that is what we're doing here today. And with that all said, before we check out the cape, let's view this thing. A love for flowers.
These flowers, don't they smell heavenly?
Miss Melia is big fan of flowers?
Yes, because of my mother. When I was young, she often asked for my help with the villa's flower beds. How about you, Nene?
Nene also loves flowers very much.
I see. Then we have something in common. Before, when I spoke of them to a Homs friend, she said flowers are nice, but nothing beats a warm dinner. I got no understanding from her. Finally, fate sent me someone I can communicate with.
what Miss Melia say about dinner?
Oh, just talking to myself. The dinner part wasn't really relevant.
But Nene, big fan of dinner too. Most of all, pollen orbs from factory in Frontier Village. They so very soft and so yummy scrummy.
Look, that's not... Hold on.
Mama?
When you said you love flowers, did you mean as a foodstuff?
Meh? There is meaning other than?
Ugh, I should have known. You're one of them. Nene, listen. Flowers are not simply special because they can be eaten. We can admire their beauty, or use them to create ornaments and works of art. And that is a great part of their charm.
Ornaments. Mama! Oh yes, Nene, remember. Long ago, Dedapon make Mamapon flower crown for giver's gift.
Ricky did that. That Nopon has hidden depths. In any case, I would like it if you also had an interest in inedible flowers. If you did, then you too, just like your mother in her own day, may know the joy she felt.
Okay, the next time Nene finds flowers that cannot eat, Nene will make pretty flower crown for Miss Melia.
Huh?
To eyes and Nene, Miss Melia look most bestest in blue. What think?
While I appreciate the offer greatly, weren't you originally of the regarding flowers as food persuasion?
Meh? If you make pollen orbs from not eatable flowers, they bitter and not tasty.
Yes, a fair point. It is just as you say. So Nopon see different but equal value in flowers depending on whether they're edible. Maybe it was foolish in the first place to try and choose only one while discounting the other. Well then, I will humbly accept the sign of your affection.
Nene, roger that.
And yet, why do it for me? Won't Kino and Shulk feel left out?
There is very good reason. Nene just want to see smiling face of Miss Melia, bright as sun rays.
Oh my.
Meme? Something wrong? Nene, not say anything weird?
No, not at all. It was just how sincerely you said it. I should take a leaf out of your book.
Meh?
Precious Nene, I look forward to the gift.
Nene, pull out all stops.
Although, I would feel a bit awkward were I the only one to wear one. Why don't we make them together and exchange them afterwards?
Meme? That sound wonder marvelicious. Is deal. No, in fact, is unbreakable promise.
Yes, naturally.
I love those. Quiet moments are honestly what heart-to-heart should really be. At least to me. Because of the sole fact that they're fully voice acted, which is a big plus in my opinion. They took notes from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where the heart-to-hearts in that game are also fully voiced. And in Xenoblade 2, the heart-to-hearts, there are no wrong choices. And the choices are either really, really good or really, really funny. I take the funny routes every time. There's a reason why Blushy Crushy is my favorite. And in this game, they're just simple cutscenes. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's kind of what I really appreciate about the heart-to-hearts or quiet moments. Is that they're just simple cutscenes and nothing more, nothing less. There's no choices to make. It's just viewing a wholesome moment between two characters. And also the fact that they're fully voice acted is really great. It's really well done. And something that I feel like should be a thing for the series going forward. But anyway, Here we are at Companion's Cape.
Many bird people here.
Are there really only high Entia living here?
Oh there, strangers.
Oh, hello.
I see. You've had a rough time of it. However, I suggest you steer clear of Alchemoth. Even if you do somehow get there in one piece, don't expect the transporters to be running.
Oh? Why's that?
The thing that shot at you was no defense platform. It was a monster we've taken to calling the Fog King.
The Fog King?
Yeah. Suddenly showed up in Alchemoth a few months back.
From what I gather, you're from the Imperial Guard. Are the swords you carry just for show?
Taking a sword to it is folly. It laughs at our attacks. It's like hacking at smoke. Blows pass clean through it.
Must be Ghost. Ghost not shoot beams, dum-dum.
So that's why you call it the Fog King?
We fought in defense of our home. We were ready to die, and many of us did. But in the end, it won us nothing at all. The Fog King's attacks tore into us hard. Eventually, we gathered the High Entia and anyone else we found, and gave up the capital, so that we might live.
How awful.
My grieving heart belongs there. Our heartland, our capital. Yet I cannot even mourn it.
Maxis,
Huh? Yes?
please, you have to tell us how to get inside.
Shulk, be serious.
Boy, are you hard of hearing?
I heard you.
Then you should know better.
No matter the situation, we have to go. If I fix the junks, we can all leave this place. Then, once we're in Colony 9, we can make plans to retake Alchemoth.
No point.
Why not?
Shulk, do you think we took all that lying down?
Huh?
We're not stupid, you know. We did all we could. It's true. I want to go home. But that's a dream that won't come to pass, and it already cost too many lives.
Maxis.
I understand where you're coming from. Still, I have to be blunt with you. Let it go.
Now what?
Judging from the speech, I can't see us convincing him.
So this means we're stuck here?
Quite a predicament, Empress Melia.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I humbly beg your pardon. Gelgar, at your Majesty's service. Formerly of the Personal Protection Division of the Alchemoth Guard Regiment.
Is that so? Then the pardon is mine to beg, Sir Gelgar. And please, dispense with the Majesty.
Perish the thought, your Majesty. The recent war has rid us of the wicked purebloods. A new age dawns, and we half-breeds are chosen for its caretakers. With you, Lady Melia, as our shining paragon, I cannot but address you as Majesty.
I have no patience for wheedling. Especially from knaves who spit on their ancestors.
I would never dream of doing such. I merely spoke plain truth, no more.
As you wish. But the Majesty address is burdensome to me.
If you absolutely insist. Until you deign to acquiesce, Lady Melia will have to suffice.
So kind, Sir Gelgar.
Make no mention of it, Lady Melia.
Sir Gelgar, we really need to get to Alchemoth, no matter what.
Ah, yes. I have heard your exchange with Maxis. Hindering the Empress's triumph. A narrow-minded fool, if ever there was one. To begin the authentication process, one must raise their hand to the transporter. The device is configured in such a way that only some of the High Entia in this land and the Imperial family may pass. Hence, Lady Melia should not have the slightest issue activating it.
A similar mechanism to the tombs, then?
That's our ticket into Alchemoth.
Yes.
Tasty news! Friend Gelgar is good friend! Kind thanks, Birdmister.
Not at all. I am but a humble servant in Lady Melia's employ. If it not displease my ladyship too grossly, may I offer you my companionship on your journey? I have a modicum of skill with the blade. Please rest assured.
I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. We do not lack for strength.
Indeed. A great shame. Should the need arise, I shall remain ready to serve.
Certainly. By the way, Sir Galgar, this outpost appears to consist of naught but soldiers. Where might all the other refugees reside?
They dwell beyond the Grandel ramparts, which lie below this point.
They live at a remove from you, then?
Yes, because of the Machina who live there.
What do you mean?
Might you have forgotten? When the war broke out, it was the Machina's treachery that lit the fuse. Were it not for them, we needn't have lost our brethren and our home.
You couldn't stand the Machina and thus moved away?
Precisely.
But the war is concluded, Sir Gelgar.
Some simply cannot let go so easily.
Melia, shall we go see for ourselves?
Ah, yes. Very well. Sir Gelgar, we will take our leave of you now.
Do please take care of yourselves. You'll find passage to the capital through the Cragmore Caverns.
Sir Gelgar, thanks for this.
See friend later. Please to be extra careful of self.
The same to you all.
Visiting the shops. Wow. We got our main objective then. You can buy weapons and armor in shops just like always, but in Future Connected, you won't find armor among the spoils for defeating monsters this time. But you may find weapons that differ from what shops have on offer. Except in quests, you know how this works. Though through completing the quests they give you, you'll obtain rewards such as money and equipment and new color variations suitable to use for fashion gear. So that's going to be how quests work. They're basically going to be cosmetic rewards, but they also have some uses too. And speaking of whom, love the new duds, Melia. I really, really do. Yeah, an enemy style and Monado style are Melia and Shulk's new clothes that they have for Future Connected. And I gotta say, I really like that. I really do. Like, you can even have Shulk wear his hoodie like he's got drip. Like, seriously, he's got, like, so much drip. Look at this drip. Again, I really love their new clothing designs for this game. It really fits their characters a lot. But, of course, it's not all, like... It's not all that cool. It's not all that great with the weapon stuff, you know? Because in the case of Shulk, I believe you need to complete Future Connected once in order to unlock the ability to get Shulk's change Shulk's weapon appearance, basically. And yeah, it's under the congratulations tutorial. So basically, yeah, beating Future Connected, which is what I've already done, basically grants you Shulk's weapon look change in Future Connected. And also unlocks that time attack challenge in the main game. And master level arts manuals for the main game. So, yep. But if you somehow don't like Shulk and Melia's clothing, you can basically change them to what they originally were. There's no need for you to actually keep with the style, but I'm going to keep with the style regardless. Plus, the Monado Replica EX looks really cool. Yeah, seriously, look at this thing. It looks so rad. And also, Melia's World Ender staff looks great, too. Alright, then. So, we got our main objective. We have to go to Alchemoth to see what's up with this Fog King beast. But before we do that, in the next part of Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, we're going to help out some folks because, well, let's just face it. I want this to be a mixture of both story progress and story progress. This is definitely a shorter campaign than, you know, the last DLC has been, aka Torn of the Golden Country has been. But I still promise you that this is going to be filled to the brim with content. And I absolutely can't wait to share this with you all. The Bionis shoulder lives. Jesus. Anyway, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, even though this is part 99, we're going to help out some folks at Companion's Cape. So see you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.